Spiritual Counseling TV Network. My name is Christie Ramirez and I am your soul coach. This week's theme for our therapy session is going to be trauma and the body. How to release stress and trauma from our physical body. Because believe it or not, these traumas manifest physically. So we're going to be using somatic awareness techniques to be able to dissolve any physical manifestations of any stress or traumas. So let's get started with today's therapy session. Make sure you become a member so that you can have the entire video and the newsletter, which is basically the psychology article based on this therapy session attached, so that you can be able to read along with it and also have access to the handsheets that you can screenshot from this video. So join with anybody that you feel needs this therapy session today, and also remember that these therapy sessions can be applied to whatever situation. It doesn't have to be one specific kind of trauma. Remember that traumas play out in many different ways and for different people. So use your discernment and use your intuition as to how it can apply to your life, because I promise you that this is applicable to everybody, no matter what phase of life you're in. And if you're vibrating at your highest vibration ever, that's the only exception when you don't need these videos anymore. But if you feel like there's still some healing to do, then open yourself to this knowledge, because there's nothing that you're going to lose, but rather you're going to gain. You're going to gain more abundance, more happiness, and more joy. Inner peace is what we all strive for. So let's begin with this Christmas holiday season on helping us to dissolve from any traumas, and also make sure that you purchase my new You Tell Me Soul Coaching program to really help you at a deep level as well. Now let's get started. Okay, so this week we're going to go and discuss somatic tools for stress and trauma. So I chose this topic this week because I feel like it has to do very much with the motivational speech that I did earlier today, which was how to release fear from past trauma. And these fears are always associated with the emotions attached to the past trauma. So how do we release? Whenever we think about a trauma, we always get like this clinch or like this tension in the body because of that memory, right? Or because you said that name or whatever it might be. How do we release that reaction to those traumas that have become now automatic in our body, so that we can be free and be able to respond from a more kind, graceful manner? This is how trauma can play out subconsciously in subtle ways without us even being able to control it before it manifests, or reactions, right, towards other people. So this is what we're going to target today, so that we can become more calm in the way that we respond and act in life, so that these traumas don't have any more hold over our lives, but rather we take back our power. And this is what today's therapy session is going to help us to do. So pay careful attention, grab your notes, and also do the homework assignments from the handouts that I give you in this session. Alright, so get comfortable, because these sessions usually last about an hour, as if we were on a one-on-one counseling session. This is how I conduct these sessions, as if I were actually speaking to someone. And with many years of experience, I've noticed that it's more effective to have this one perfect therapy session that many people can benefit from, rather than trying to duplicate that session millions of times and not having the same effect. So this is something to be of a benefit with this Spiritual Counseling TV Network membership, is that you're going to get the same and everybody's going to get the same. And you can also learn at your own pace and take it at your proper level. And the only thing that's required of you is that you be honest with your progress. So how can you be held accountable for this progress is to have a notebook, have a journal, and rate yourself from a scale of 1 to 100. And truly, honestly, be like your own doctor, your own therapist, and see yourself from a non-biased standpoint. Whenever you feel like your mind is clear and you're not in the reaction, you're not triggered, and you can see yourself clearly. And that's where my Body, Mind, and Spirit Health and Wellness website comes into play, especially my new mindful meditation program, which I really recommend you use hand in hand with these therapy sessions, because it's going to help you to see yourself clearly, clarify and activate your third eye chakra, which is your spiritual eye, so that you can gain this crystal clear intuition, and that your proper guidance can be trustworthy. Because that's what we all seek, right? We want to be trustworthy with ourselves and also with others. So in order to gain this integrity and authenticity, we need to be able to see clearly beyond the veil. So take a look at that mindful meditation program and all my other health and wellness programs that I have in that brand, Body, Mind, and Spirit, because they're going to help you with helping to dissolve these traumas. Because like I said, a lot of traumas manifest physically. And how do we release any physical, mental, emotional aspects in our life is also through our spiritual practices, right? Meditation, yoga, breathing, and all that goodness that I offer in my Body, Mind, and Spirit brand. Okay, so now let's truly get started. All right. Okay, so let's begin then. Moving on, next tool, which is orienting the gong awareness. The purpose of this is that every experience is transient and moves on. Just like the fading sound of a gong, your trauma experience can fade as well. Listen to the gong once as pure sound fading. The second time, visualize your image or story fading with the sound. What you're going to be needing, any kind of bell. You can use a Tibetan bowl, a sound bowl, or even like a sound app. So the instructions, so you can kind of get like one of these. Sit quietly and observe the room that you're in. Study each detail. Pay attention to any changes in your breathing. Notice any changes in your attention. Close your eyes and examine your experience. Okay, so I actually have here a Tibetan bowl that I'm going to do it as you would do it when you do it at home for your exercise, okay? So as the gong rings, examine your reaction to the sound and its effect. Allow this sound to resonate until it completely fades and is gone. Examine how you oriented the sound. What happens inside your body? Can you follow the sound fading? What changes can you detect in your breathing? When you open your eyes, what happens to your focus and concentration? Ring the gong a second time. Now imagine your activation or story melting with the fading of the sound. So whatever trauma story you have, imagine it fading away as just the sound. Connect with the sound and your breath at the same time. Repeat this 2 to 3 times. That's your exercise. This is a great tool to do any time of the day. When any fear arises and surfaces for healing. The next tool for today is